Rupi Kaur, the Canadian poet. Rupi Kaur was born in Punjab, India. She moved to Canada with her father in 1996 when she was 4 years old. As she grew up, she was inspired by her mother to get into drawing and painting. Although at the age of 17, her focus shifted to writing and performing poetry. Rupi Kaur's first performance was at the basement of a community center in Malton, Mississauga around 2009. Although she didn't start writing under her own name until 2013, she had been working anonymously throughout high school.
So the construction of Kaur's poem. So first of all, convenience. So her poetry is short, and so it is perfect for the business model of Instagram because people are scrolling through. You do not want to read so much information at once. It's also digestible because unlike traditional poetry, Rupi Kaur breaks the barriers of making it easier to read. And because of the style, though, Kaur gets critiques from critics and poets who think that poetry should be complex and not simple, but Kaur is able to reach millions of people through her books and Instagram poems through her simple poetry style. So one of the problems that Rupi Kaur was trying to solve is making poetry a full-time career. Because before it was not a full-time career, but with her debut book Milk and Honey and her social media presence, she was able to make poetry a career. The other problem she was trying to solve is using her platform to address social issues. And one of those social issues was the stigmatization of a period, as Rupi Kaur took a picture of her period, and Instagram initially took it down, but due to Rupi fighting back, she got an apology from Instagram.
Rupi Kaur is important because she's a social entrepreneur, and the definition is on the next slide. Next slide, please. Destigmatizing periods. Next slide, please. The memes. So as mentioned by Michael, Kaur posted a picture on her Instagram, and the image was part of a series where the goal was to create a conversation without words that would only solely hold imagery that would battle societal norms. Kaur is an Indian Canadian, and her project challenges the Hindu concept that a menstruating woman is ritually unclean. Some individuals in the Indian Canadian community compared her pictures to posting male nudes online. Her angle was solely educational, which is why Kaur was appalled by the misogynistic and hateful comments she received from both men and women surrounding the images. As the media tends to be more comfortable with sexualizing women, and such as the common phrases such as sex sells, the photo went viral as a clear example of impacting viral marketing. Farmers in India. Many farmers in India depend on traditional crops, demonstrating a lack of an effective nationwide agricultural plan. These farmers are often roped into contracts with corporations that sell them GMO seeds, which take the natural nutrients out of the soil and wipe out the original crops. Due to this, there has been a drastic increase in suicides of farmers in India. People advocating for these issues, such as the woman in this picture, are being silenced violently, and the woman in this picture is being held and sexually abused, which connects to Kaur's previous discussion about the media's disturbing comfort with sexualizing women into silence. How are social issues connected to entrepreneurship? Kaur uses her social media to connect with her followers who become her eventual customers. Through this and her aesthetically pleasing social media pages and consistent lowercase branding, Kaur is able to market allyship and advocacy through her poems and her art. She uses her social media almost as a virtual point of purchase display, where she posts her products implicitly and explicitly on her Instagram. If individuals are interested in Kaur's advocacy while scrolling through their socials, they're more likely to support her.
Rupi is a very unique and intriguing poem writer. She truly stands out from the crowd. Milk and Honey, Rupi's debut poetry book, broke all records when it dropped, and social media was a big reason for her climb to success. To hold a #1 best-selling book at points in her writing career. In today's world, social media is such a great platform to help and build a brand and promote yourself and get the ability to connect with others around the world, and simply by clicking or scrolling on your phone, you can discover someone on the rise. Through social media, Rupi does a great job by promoting herself, by posting screenshots of her poems, and this gives her the ability to share a glimpse of her work she has written over time. When Rupi published her first book, she sold around 18,000 copies all by herself, and she was getting booked a lot from various universities and organizations around Canada and the US, and was flying back and forth, which took a big toll on her. This is when Rupi decided that it would be a great idea for her to network with people, to go out and build a team. And so she did, by hiring her friend from India, who turned into her manager, and down the road also hiring a financial and executive assistant, and so on. This is key for any entrepreneur, but having a motivating team behind your back is great, as it pushes you to accomplish more in your career. Ever since Rupi built her team, she has gotten more opportunities worldwide to publish her book. Being a successful entrepreneur, you have to know your target audience and see what they gravitate to the most. A key to Rupi's fame was how she connected emotionally to millions of young women. She's not only known in Canada, but she's also known globally, and this is because of her empowerment and her ability to address social issues that are going on in today's world.
Pertaining to product mix, a prominent theme regarding Rupi's books is spirituality. Various examples include love, reflection, as well as personal growth. In one of her poetry books known as Homebody, Rupi embraces growth, self-reflection, as well as self-love through honest self-conversations, essentially dictating to her audience to embrace themselves as well as inner growth. This theme is in demand and very marketable due to personal connections that the audience could make towards the poetry books. As some people suffer from self-esteem issues and depression, this makes it easily relatable to the poetry book. Regarding pricing, as a well-known poet, she uses this as leverage to market herself through external sources on her websites. For example, selling merchandise such as t-shirts and canvas painting. This shop allows her to generate more revenue as well as more demand to her books through purchasing from her shop.